Good morning, everyone. A very warm welcome to all of you as we launch our impactful campaign titled Clean Rivers, Clean Future. Today marks not just the start of a public campaign, but the beginning of a shared movement for change. Water is a resource we often take for granted. Every time we turn on a tap or pour or glass, we rarely stop to think about where that water comes from, or more importantly, how clean and safe it really is. Rivers are the lifelines of our environment. They nourish our agriculture, provide water for millions, support biodiversity, and are home to rich ecosystems that are critical to our planet's health. But today, many of our rivers are in danger. They are becoming dumping grounds for waste, plastics, chemicals, and pollutants. Once clean and free-flowing rivers are now blackened, choked, and filled with refuse. This isn't someone else's problem. It's our problem. And we must act before the damage becomes irreversible. This campaign exists because we believe change begins with awareness and awareness leads to action. Throughout today's presentation, we will walk you through first why river health matters not just to the environment but to human life. Second, what this campaign is doing across schools, communities, and media platforms. Third one, and lastly, how every single person, yes, including you, can make a difference. So let's dive in. Let's work together to protect one of the most valuable resources on earth. Let's clean our rivers and secure a clean future. To begin, let me welcome Humai to explain the deeper significance behind this campaign.
Thank you, Adib. Good morning, everyone. I'm grateful to be speaking to you today about a topic that directly impacts the environment, public health, and the future of our communities, the state of our rivers. Let's us face the reality. Malaysia, like many developing countries, is facing a serious river pollution crisis. According to environmental reports, more than half of Malaysia's rivers are considered polluted or slightly polluted, with many in urban areas suffering from severe contamination. We see plastics, industrial waste, untreated sewage, and chemical runoff flowing into our waterways. These pollutants destroy aquatic life, contaminate drinking water, and expose communities to disease. So why is this happening? Because of irresponsible waste disposal, lack of public awareness, poor environmental enforcement, and yes, our everyday habits, from tossing a plastic bottle on the ground to pouring used oil down the kitchen sink. But let's us not dwell only on the problem. This campaign, Clean Rivers, Clean Future, was created to become the solution. Our goals are threefold. Firstly, to raise nationwide awareness about river pollution, its causes, consequences, and how we are all connected to it. To, to educate Malaysians, especially and students and youth, on the importance of clean rivers and how they can help through small practical lifestyle changes. Thirdly, to encourage direct action like river cleanup events, recycling initiatives, water conservation, and public advocacy. We also want to instill a sense of environmental responsibility when people understand the connection between their daily habits and the health of rivers. They begin to make different choices. They begin to care. Ultimately, this campaign is not about one organization or one event. It is about a movement, a call to action that begins here but echoes throughout every kampong, city, and classroom in this country. We are here to restore our rivers, but even more than that, we are here to restore our relationship with nature. Thank you, and I look forward to seeing all of you become active contributors to this cause. Now I'll hand things over to Ame, who will walk us through what this campaign is doing on the ground.
Thank you, Humait, and good morning to everyone here. Now that we understand why this campaign exists, let's talk about how we are putting it into action. The Clean Rivers, Clean Future campaign is designed to be interactive, widespread, and inclusive. It's not a one-time event. It's a series of coordinated activities across multiple platforms, communities, and institutions. Here, what we are doing. First, Community River Cleans Up. We are collaborating with schools, university, NGO, and local authorities to organize monthly river clean-up drive. Volunteers will gather to physically remove trash from rivers, learn about water pollution, and track waste data for future solution. These events are both educational and empowering. Second, school engagement program. We are rolling out the Rivers Heroes program in secondary school. This includes first, eco talks and water pollution workshop. Second, poster competition. And third, river theme debate and essay contest. And fourth, tree planting along riverside. We want the next generation to grow up as eco guardians, understanding their connection to rivers from an early age. And third, social media awareness, hashtag Clean Rivers MY. Online platforms have power and we are using it. With the hashtag Clean Rivers MY, we are asking youth and influencers to post video about reducing waste and share photo of their cleanup efforts, and then spread fact about Malaysia river condition. We are running monthly challenges and featuring the most impactful content across our channels. And for Eco Boost and Resource Kit, we are setting up booths in shopping malls, city center, and markets where the public can learn how to reduce household waste and then pick up free reusable bottle and eco bags and sign our river pledge and become campaign ambassadors. Each kit includes step-by-step guides on how to organize a local river cleanup or awareness session. And fifth, public dialogue and thoughts. We are hosting panels with environmental scientists, government reps, and enforcement and sustainable urban planning. These activities ensure the campaign is multidimensional, hands-on, educational, and policy focused. This is a campaign by the people, for the people. We want to make it easy for everyone, anywhere to get involved. With that, I like to invite Wafa to speak about what we hope to achieve through this campaign and how we will measure success.
Thank you, Amir. What a powerful vision. Now, let's focus on the long-term outcomes of this campaign and how we plan to sustain its momentum. What do we want to achieve? First, heighten awareness. We want Malaysians of all ages to understand the true state of our rivers and recognize that change starts with them. Second, behavior change. Whether it's switching to reusable items, properly disposing of oil and grease, or joining local cleans up, small shifts in habit lead to massive environmental benefits. Third, community ownership. Our goal is to create river steward teams across all districts. These community-led teams will monitor river health, report illegal dumping, and educate their neighborhoods. For policy pressure, the campaign will provide data to local councils and environmental agencies, evidence that people care and demand stronger enforcement of pollution laws. How will we measure success? Number of clean-up events and organizers. Second, total kilograms of trash collected. Next, number of participants, especially students, schools and universities involved. #reach and digital engagement, and lastly, water quality improvements in long term. But beyond metrics, our success lies in this. When we look at the river and see fish swimming, clean water flowing, and no trash inside, we know we've made a difference. What comes next? We plan to expand this campaign regionally in the next 6 months. We aim to make river education part of the national co-curriculum, and we will continue to engage citizens, authorities, and youth groups to keep the momentum alive. Let's be clear, clean rivers don't just happen. They are created by the people, by communities that care. You are that community. Let's build a cleaner tomorrow, starting with our rivers today. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone, for the wonderful insights. Now that we have covered the campaign's purpose, activities, and long-term goals, I would like to open the floor for some discussion. I will begin with a few questions for our speakers. Let's start. First, Humai, you spoke about how individual behavior impacts river pollution. Can you give us some practical, everyday examples of what someone can do to help them from home?
Great question, Adib. Yes, helping our rivers starts at home. For example, first, don't pour cooking oil or chemicals down the sink. This waste goes directly into the drainage system and polluted rivers. Secondly, use fewer plastic products. Bring your own bags, bottles, and containers to reduce plastic waste. Thirdly, sort your trash properly. Recyclables should go into the right bin, and food waste should be composted if possible. And lastly, most importantly, educate your family, especially children, about the importance of keeping drains and rivers clean. If we make all changes in our lives, we can collectively make a huge difference.
Second, Ame, this campaign includes school, social media, and community events. How do you plan to keep people motivated to participate beyond this first month?
Excellent point, Adib. Long-term engagement is crucial. We are using several strategies. First, we have created a River Champions program where top-performing schools and communities have features. Second, we will post monthly challenge such as a 7-day plastic-free pledge, photo contents, and short eco documentaries to keep things fresh and interactive. And third, we are partnering with local influencers, teachers, and NGO to keep the campaign alive in communities. Even after the launch excitement phase, the key is to build a sense of ownership. When people feel they are part of something meaningful, they stay committed.
Thank you, Ame. And lastly, Wafa, you mentioned policy support and long-term data collection. What kind of policy change do you hope this campaign might influence?
Thank you, Adib. This is an important piece of the puzzle. Through our campaign, we are collecting data on the volume of trash collected during cleanups, types of waste found in rivers, and community participation levels. This data will be compiled into reports we'll submit to local councils and the Department of Environment. Our hope is that this will push for stronger enforcement of existing pollution laws, improve infrastructure for waste collection and treatment, mandatory environmental education in schools, and possibly tax incentive for business that use eco-friendly packaging. Public pressure, backed by data, can help create real policy changes.
Thank you all. These answers really show how deep and far-reaching this campaign can be. All right, team. Now that we have launched the Clean Rivers, Clean Future campaign, and explored its goals, strategies, and visions, it's time to focus on execution. Let's go over our roadmap for the campaign rollout. I will break this down into 3 clear phases: planning, execution, and post-campaign evaluation, with tasks assigned, deadlines stated, and responsibilities made clear. Phase 1, planning and preparation. Timeline, July 1st until August 15, 2025. First, finalize cleanup locations and permission. Responsibility is Humait, Field, Field Logistic Coordinator. Deadline, July 15, 2025. Second, confirm school participation and speaker schedule. Responsibility by AME, School Outreach Manager. Deadline, July 25th, 2025. Third, develop and print campaign materials such as banners, pledge kits, and eco guides. Responsibility by Wafa, Creative and Marketing Lead. Deadline, August 1st, 2025. Fourth, social media pre-launch planning. Responsibility by myself, Adib, Digital Engagement Lead. Deadline, August 10th, 2025. So, the second one is the phase 2, campaign execution. Timeline, August 16th until 10 October 10, 2025. First, official campaign launch and press release. Responsibility by AME. August 16th, 2025. Second, monthly river cleanup events, 10 locations. Coordination Wafa schedule August 20, September 10, September 24th, October 5th, and October 10th. Third, hashtag Clean Rivers MY, social media challenges, monthly themes. Responsibility by Humait, weekly content target with influencers, collaboration. Start date August 18, 2025. 4, and school workshops. Responsibility by AME and volunteer speakers. First wave, September 1st until September 30, 2025. Fifth, community eco booth set up at public areas such as malls, park, and something else. Responsibility by Humait and local community leaders. Booth activation every weekend in September 2025. So the phase 3 is post-campaign review and expansion plan. Timeline, October 11 until October 31st, 2025. First, collect feedback from participants and partners. Method, surveys, such as online or paper-based. Responsibility by Wafa. Deadline, October 18, 2025. Second, impact report compilation, data, cleanup results, social media reach, and school involvement. Responsibility by Humait and AME. Submission deadline, October 25th, 2025. Third, review and reflection meeting. Purpose, analyze what worked, what can improve. Led by myself, Adib. Date, October 28, 2025. And the fourth, campaign continuation proposal, phase 2 for 2026. Responsibility, entire core team. Draft submission for funding or approval, October 31st, 2025. With these clear action items, we can ensure that every phase of this campaign runs smoothly, stays on schedule, and delivers maximum impact. Let's commit to our roles, support one another, and make clean rivers, clean future, more than just a vision, but a reality in every town, school, and river across Malaysia. If you have questions or idea related to your assigned task, feel free to bring them up in our next coordination meeting. Let's make this happen. Let's work as a team to make clean rivers, clean futures, more than just a slogan. Let's turn into a nationwide success. Thank you, all of you.
Thank you, everyone.